Hello, everybody. We are here with the first return episode to Shackled City. For some reason, I can't hear any of my players, so I'm working on that as we speak. Okay. So, let's see. I'm almost grateful that you can't hear them. Almost. Alright, so...
Come on, push the button. Yeah, come on.
Hey, Diz, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. It's okay, Red. We can only see your nose, eyes, and your hair anyway, so it's not really going to matter. I don't know why this always happens. Every time that there is an update, I don't... Maintains. There's other cute people out there other than Bub? Yes. Some of them happen to be in the stream. Some of them. Properties? Default? Wait, what is that? Chat.
You appreciate it. I went ahead and shaved off my COVID beard and, you know, got all pretty for you.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but output is what I'm getting, input is what I'm putting, or do I have the vice versa?
No, that's
Output's-
correct.
yeah.
Output is speakers. Input,
Input
is
is microphone.
Thank you. Then this should work.
Why are you pointing at your crotch when you said input?
You know why.
There we go.
Input,
Input.
output.
That-
Fucking Christ.
how's their volume, guys? Is their volume good?
You sound great.
I'm glad that's what they
That's
hear.
a big
Great.
fucking test right there. As Red's laughed right out the gate.
Great
yeah,
start.
you're good.
Perfect. All right, I've got to fix some camera stuff because nothing wants to work right, as always. All right.
Good,
So
except the cackle. Turn that shit down.
to test, Will, talk for me, please.
No, fuck you. I'm
Okay,
not talking.
got it. Perfect. It's good. Sniper, talk for me, please.
Testing 1 2 3.
Thanks, bruv. I appreciate that. Everybody say so if their volume is a little loud. I want to make sure that I put as much of them in the camera as possible. Austin, please stop fucking with your camera. You're literally... Oh my god!
Will dropped his camera.
Yeah, that one wasn't me.
That wasn't Austin.
Oh god. Well, now I've got to admit him back in.
Also, there's a storm going on here.
In Canada?
If in chance that my internet cuts out or power cuts out,
You good, Will?
Or you guys just get way too boring.
yeah, no,
You're
like
too boring. I'm just gonna kick the
Welcome
rock real
back.
quick.
this is the closest we've had to a storm in like 4 years, so that's fine.
Fucking shitty ass application had a second window.
I'm not surprised.
Went to close it. The button said leave meeting. There was no meeting in that window. But guess what fucking meeting I left?
For what it's worth, I immediately thought that this was Austin's fault somehow.
Yeah, he was like fucking red stop. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's true.
Anything.
I was like, fucking stop changing shit.
Look, I haven't. Look at how good this is. I don't need to change this.
You're an idiot. God damn it. Let's fix everything.
Yes, I'm in Tim Hortons.
There we go. Yeah, this is gonna happen.
Like I'm actually there right now.
It's the only place he can
Don't-
get a
don't
reliable
mind.
internet signal.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
don't mind that
they have
my,
really good
my
Wi-Fi.
headphones start disappearing every now and again when I turn my head. Don't worry, don't even think about it.
What the fuck? I'm moving.
He just
things
has
I
reflective
probably shouldn't.
headphones. It's okay.
Yeah, first time back. We're a little
camouflage.
rust. We've been gone for over a month at this point, and I've not even remotely touched the OBS windows for this. So it's all about getting right back into place. Bear with me and thank you very much. I think we've got it all figured out. I think it's good. So, I think we should have roulette night where they play the character that they end up about. Oh, that would be horrible. That would be a horrible idea. They would do some really terrible things.
I kind of love it. I kind of like the idea. Let's
You guys,
I don't want anyone else in control of my
All right,
character.
can I
That's
try to
what I
play
thought.
Thelsa?
that's what I
let's
thought.
just all play caricatures of one another.
Yeah.
we can. How about there's a ball that happens and we go like for Halloween dressed up as one another and pretend to act like each other. But I don't want you guys having access to my spells.
No,
that's
I'm
just
good.
gonna be a bad time for me.
I'll take
See,
over.
like,
It's
yeah,
cool. I
look.
miss having spells.
Let Will take care of Thelsa. I'll take care of Rahk. Ulhime can take care of Jakob. Any can obviously play Ulhime, and Sniper will play Cort. Easy.
But who plays Bub?
Bub will play Cort.
Leslie.
Yeah, there we go. We'll
What
have
do I
that.
do then? Am I in the game even? Do I
You
get to
can play
get
me-
free?
You can play
Take a
Meepo.
nap.
You
I
can
can
play
take a
Meepo.
nap.
You can hang out with Cat.
Oh, I get to
get
be a
to sleep?
watcher. Oh, this is neat.
We can throw wild magic at us even.
Yeah,
Oh no.
there we go. This would be my response the entire time.
No. No. Christy will go ahead and be the DM.
Oh no.
I'd be pretty sad if I didn't get to throw my Bub impression out there.
Oh man, I'm only remotely afraid of what that even is like. Wipe
Fucking
the
idiots.
slate. Meteor strike. Yep.
Fucking idiots.
Oh man, Bubby is not a free elf today. Damn it. One day, but that's okay. I'm actually really happy to be back, guys. I've missed the game. I didn't think I would miss the game as much.
Okay, give it like 10 more minutes before you say
Yeah.
it.
Eventually, you're gonna get
Fucking
really
ruin
tired of
that.
it.
Yeah, we got a punchline coming up that's gonna make me not wish I came back.
And
I
you
don't
gotta
know what
remember,
you're talking
I'm
about. Like I said, I do still like you guys. So to preface this with a little bit of mild warning, if you've come here for the most intense and best extreme roleplay the entire time, you probably found the wrong stream. Because we're not always on the ball. We're actually more like your local friends group that meets down at a game shop, and we dick around and try to make the most of the story as much as we can. But we have fun. That's the thing, is we have fun. We munch, we chew down on food, we drink whatever we want to drink. We try to maintain terms of service. Try to. Yeah, that's yes. And we just have fun. Yeah. I beg to differ. This is extreme tabletop all the time. Oh no. Oh no. So, yeah. Welcome back, guys. This is episode 182. We are going to be closing the gap on 200 very, very soon. I'm actually kind of scared. I don't know where it's going to go. And the next 18 sessions can be wild. But I've got a lot of cool things planned. And I super expect you guys to foil everything, including yourselves. So, let's
Wonder
talk
if we ever
about
foiled your plans.
what happened last time.
And we can do that.
Can
Hello,
we?
everybody.
You mean
I
where
am
I am.
XanderDarks, one of the 4 members of our Wednesday game of Shackled City.
I guess
Everybody,
I'm just
mute.
fucking chopped liver
Everybody
then.
just mute.
It's been quite a while, and
20 seconds, just mute.
Which
But
one
if
of us
you
is
guys
counting?
can-
You'll never know.
If you guys can, it's been a while, and I checked under my bed, pulled out this box. It's a little
Okay.
dusty.
All right.
So if you guys can do me a favor and grab your chains and grab your locks for tonight's Shackled recap.
I'm waiting for like a year down the line when we're
Yeah.
getting towards the end of this. He's gonna have like an actual box of like chains and shackles.
Can
He's
you,
gonna pick and go, yeah!
could you do me a favor and apologize to your brother immediately? And also explain to everyone on call why you have a box of chains and shackles under your fucking bed.
Look, everybody here gets it.
Look, we're not going to king shame.
Oh
I watched
no.
Supernatural, and they told me that ghosts hate iron, so I put iron chains and shackles under
Okay.
my bed. So
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
That checks out. All right,
Yeah,
sure.
just- Oh,
Just
also,
protective, really.
Don't forget, fill a hula hoop with salt.
And also, and also, you know,
Fill
sometimes I
a
just like to get a
hula
little
hoop
naughty
with
and
salt.
tackle myself up and pretend I'm a prisoner in my own home. I'm like, oh yeah, that's bad. It's
Yeah,
bad.
that's weird though. Like
Yeah.
if you get naughty alone and you shackle yourself, then you can't go anywhere with it. You're just like looking at your sad
That's why-
penis.
That's why I put butter on myself and I try to wiggle myself out.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
No, the real sad part is he tries to do it before his brother gets home, walks in, and he's like, "Oh my god."
I can see Steven just be like, Ronald, why does my bed smell like popcorn? Like,
I don't use butter anymore. Realize it dries over a period of time, and
Oh
it's
no.
not. Yeah, it's not safe.
that's
Use margarine. It's vegetable oil based. It doesn't dry up as quick.
Yeah, but it's hard to
Or
wash.
you
It's hard to
could
wash out of the
use-
sheets, you know.
Or
That's
you
fair.
could use unicorn spit.
let's not. We talked
No.
about this already. Not on stream. You can keep your fucking freaky stuff elsewhere.
No. But enough of that. Let's get back into the swing of things.
Yes.
Last that we played, quite a bit stuff. Quite a bit happened. We ended up stopping the curse that was afflicted on Cort. He had a set of runes on him from Jakob's scythe that had been pulling him apart, little by little.
Correct. He did.
And in order to save Cort, Jakob then struck Ulhime with his scythe and transferred that curse onto him. As far as we know, nothing has happened to Ulhime yet, but it stopped the process of him disintegrating. Going on from there, we ended up having to find out that none of the healing that we were doing is really gonna patch Cort back together.
Yeah. Yes.
So we had to get the help of someone who was a little more knowledgeable in reattaching body parts. Well, we didn't have any spells capable of doing that, at least yet. We ended up finding Keegan Gelf, who...
Let's pause right there. Let's
Yes.
Let's give someone else an opportunity here at sort of recapturing the events that happened with Keegan, because there were a few people that went to that.
Yeah, all of us. But Rahk is the one that has a personal.
Cort wasn't there.
relationship.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to go. I was a little preoccupied.
He was
some might
preoccupied.
say.
Yeah, his ass was falling out.
Yeah, my spleen was currently crying.
Yeah,
For what it's worth, I stopped it. Okay. I
That's
did
debatable.
good
that's debatable.
by trying to kill my friend.
It's Are we sure that you also didn't start it?
Not yet, but I'm sure we'll find something that leads back to Jakob.
Wait a minute.
Jacob
It checks
definitely
out.
started the
He
fire.
definitely started that. That's right. Look at this.
By
I
Look
put
at
it
that.
out, guys. I promise. Let me hide
by
this
accident.
fucking can full of gas and a handful of matches. That's right. I see you over there. This man. But yeah, it's true. So let's talk about it. What is a Keegan Gelf?
He's a locksmith halfling
That's right. He is. He's in fact.
who lives at. Actually, I don't know what the name of his shop is.
Elves locks.
Gelf's Locks. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy.
He has a rat familiar. I don't know. It's kind of like a pet, almost a familiar.
Mhm.
That is half like Warforged rat. Or
Parts of
rats.
it. I wouldn't go as far as saying half, but I would definitely say
Yeah,
parts
yeah.
of it.
He's somewhat mechanical,
Mhm.
and his name's Starbrow due to
Mhm.
him having a brow star.
Yes.
And
Really lean into that, don't they? With
yeah.
that design.
Yeah, Keegan Gell's
He's
And
particular.
Starbrow.
He's a particular kind of guy. How would you describe Keegan Gelf?
Weird as fuck.
Really? Do you think he's weird? What's everybody else's
Coming from
thoughts?
the breeze, yes. He,
I'd call him.
Wait a minute. What is going on? I'm getting some weird responses from the internet. It says internet connection is unstable. Am I dropping frames?
You did just buffer.
You did
on
for like
stream
5
me.
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're good.
it's seems to be fine now.
Okay.
Is that thunder that I heard?
Here, it's raining something fierce.
Oh, okay.
Something fierce, yeah.
But no, Keegan Gelb is extremely eccentric and is totally prepossessed by technology and what it can do. In fact, lately he's been going into the Dwarven Cave, the Dwarven Caves, and going to an area that previous characters have gone through.
Yes.
The Copper Citadel, I think?
Clockwork Citadel.
Clockwork.
Clockwork
Correct.
Citadel.
In the ruins of Jizadrun.
The Adrian's Cave.
Correct. Go on. Tell me more. Tell me more about Keegan. Why were you there? You didn't just go to check out Starbrow, did you?
No, we went there to specifically see if he could develop some possible replacements for the, pre-melted parts of Cort, which was significant. And,
Yes.
After getting everything all said and done, he said he could go ahead and get it done by morning. We offered to help. He showed us that Starbrow is much more competent than we are, which shouldn't shock anybody. Yes, a trained rat does his job better than we do.
I'd like to note that I was purposely kicked out because I would have been a distraction, and that's why I wasn't allowed to stay. He told me I was too pretty; it would cause him to work slower. And
Well, if you didn't always have your tits
right.
out,
She was wearing robes, actually.
yeah, like
Like-
I'm more covered than most of you guys.
That's accurate.
You can't even see one of my
He
fingers.
doesn't even know what to say. Just, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
damn ankles.
Good point. Good point.
You can only see 9 of my fingers. Come on.
So yeah, he was falling apart. Cort's falling apart. He's a boy in pieces, and you needed to see. For some reason, you had this wild idea or notion that he could fix it? Question mark.
We knew he was an oddities collector, and we were hoping he had something magic in nature that might have some kind of healing properties. Due to our experiences with the folks at the Shining Tome, Sasha.
Yes, the Shining Tome, correct.
Okay, I wasn't sure if Shining Tome was right. It didn't seem right, but yes.
it is.
Since our previous exploits with Sasha, we know she's also of material value, and we didn't really have anything to offer. So we tried our best to seek other people's help. And so
Okay.
Keegan Gelb was one of the other people we knew in town that would have oddities and potentially something that could help us in this case. So that's why we headed there.
Okay. So you thought that he could heal. That he might have something that could help you out. Could heal you here. Or heal him. And it didn't really work out that way. What did he say?
He basically told us the TLDR was that he could fabricate some internal organs to replace the ones that were deteriorating out of clockwork materials.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. And it's a wild gamble. He gave you a timeline. How long did he say? Anyone can answer. Anyone at all.
I believe he said by dawn, but
Well, he just said 3, and you just said by dawn.
3 hours.
3 hours?
Well, the good news is it's been like 5 weeks, so he should be done by now.
Yeah, Cort's healed.
You come back
Yeah,
and
it should be good. We had a lot of time. I might be gone, but
do you remember that turtle? That's actually
Tortimer?
Cort now.
Tortimer?
Yeah, he's
Tortimer.
He's Tortimer.
The tortoise that wanted a big dick.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
Yep.
did. In fact, he wanted to be a real boy
all
with
cycles
a
around.
real penis.
Mhm.
Wait for about 40 more sessions where we send Tortimer back in time, and then he
Fuck
comes
yeah.
back to be under the possession of Klaus, and that's it. The whole cycle.
Things that aren't
Comes
safe
back.
for 1,000, Alex. It's that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortimer.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh, poor boyo. We all miss Tortimer. Yeah, he was fun.
Like
All right.
a half shell.
I'm gonna throw it back even further and say I miss fucking Nevermech. That
Nevermech.
goddamn
Yeah.
bird.
Never Mech.
Never met was
But
fun.
but Tortimer had a bit more personality.
I would agree
Tor-
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
Nevermech was cooler.
That's true.
Had a
By
lot
far.
more.
I'm trying to remember what happened to Tortimer.
He blew up.
He blew
Solid
up.
boom. I was the one that did it.
Yeah,
I also killed Will then, but
Yeah.
he came back.
Mhm.
yeah.
That
Well,
was with the
Will
jar,
close.
right?
Wild how that works.
Oh.
Yeah, the jar of sound that you knocked over.
Yeah. I
Man,
was like, hey, what does this do? And I wanted to see how hard I could kick it. And it turns out I kicked it faster than the speed of sound, and it blew Tortimer and Klaus into pieces.
perfect. Yeah. So that's not inaccurate. Needless to say, they managed to kill half and or all potential allies, but half of them that were allies, they somehow convinced them to die if they didn't attack them outright. Yeah, we 5 weeks or not, we can't forget Lapook. All right, we know what you did.
You remember.
Remember Lapook? Oh man. So yeah,
Good for him.
Put you down.
it's been a long time. It's true. Someone actually asked in chat moments ago, what is the Bane and the Boon? And I can pleasantly inform you that the Bane and the Boon was actually triggered. We had a number of people contribute reputation when they found out what the Bane and the Boon actually was, which is essentially, this is a well. There is a well that fills up. You can toss your reputation into the well. Rep is something you gain through Patreon or through subscribing or through waiting. Like you gain it like every like one every 10 minutes, I think. Offline, if the stream is down, it's one every 20 minutes if you're in stream. You can check your reputation by typing an !REP, that's rep, and it lets you know what your rep is. And if you don't want it anymore, if you don't care about the level that you have, you can just chuck it into the well. And it goes into the well. You just type in !wish space and the amount. And once you do, Goblin Vault will read you whatever the wish is, or it basically gives you a fortune. So it's like a fortune. So it'll toss back a fortune. Wow.
It called me a cheap ass.
It did.
Yeah. I donated all mine, and it said romance is in my future, and then Will donated next.
Bastard
and called him a
God.
cheap ass.
That's fucking good.
I paid more than any did. Fuck you.
Don't worry about it.
Oh
Look.
man.
No,
Look,
you just happen to be a cheap ass.
I just got a thing with bots, all right?
There's nothing cheap about this ass. Thank you very much.
So when you kick it through and inevitably it hits the goal, right? When it hits 1 million, the bot will essentially explode that reputation. So it will cycle back in to the community. So if there are 60 people watching and it hits 1 million, we take 1 million divided by 60, and that's how much rep you will get back. Bear in mind, you cannot cycle this and do it repetitiously. I will just cut the bot off and no one will be able to gain anything. Because I already saw people starting to try to do it earlier, and I was like, no, not in my house. We'll not fuck around with that. Looks like I'm losing some frames again, but it's not too bad. It looks like it stopped. However, a Bane and a Boon has been triggered. Once it reaches 1 million, I will position a community vote, and everyone has an opportunity to go cast their vote. The vote is currently inside of the Discord. If you wanted to go see it, that is discord.gg/bub. It is in announcements. I will grab it in case you are feeling too lazy and you don't want to go vote. You can now vote from chat. Bam. There it is. There's the straw poll. And you can vote on a Bane or a Boon. This affects all games that I run. If you mass vote and it comes out Boon, then I have to pick a positive effect or event that triggers, and it affects all of the games that I run on stream and off of stream. Like I said simultaneously, if you pick Bane, something bad happens. Bear in mind, the players will always find ways to muck it up. It just happens.
Well, the players of this group will
We
muck
did
it up.
turn a Boon into a Bane at one point.
Yeah, we found out that it's bad to piss a god off.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, at the time, Will's character got a new body with a flesh pocket.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Checks out. I have no idea what the vote is right now. I could check it because it's up in my browser. It's actually right next to my current tab. But if I do that, then it may skew the way that people vote because some people are trying to keep it 50-50. If for some reason it does go 50-50 across the board, I will take it directly to my patrons, my highest tier patrons, and they will get that vote. Fortunately, and simultaneously unfortunately, Sniper is one of those people, so you'd better believe what he's going to vote for. It's a boon. Yeah, that's about what I expected.
I figure if we can fuck up a boon, let's see if we can fuck up a bane.
That's fair. But what?
I
Just
feel
curious,
like we have before.
as players, what can you guys remember have come from these banes and boons?
You guys brought Cicada back.
We had the extra rolls for Bub, whatever those extra dice were called.
Desperation dice.
Yes, the desperation dice were added as one of our banes, and I only remember 2, and our boon was the Mace of +1 wish spell.
You were in fact given a. It was
Dragon's
what was it
Tear.
called? That was called the
Comet's tier.
Orb of North Star or something like that. I can't
It
remember.
was the
Something like
Mace of
that.
the North Star, I believe.
Yeah, Mace. Yeah, that was it. Mace of the North Star.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it contained a tier.
It contained a tier.
Once we activated it.
it became a wish. And you guys, what did you wish for? I can't even remember. Was it to see the god?
No, it was Cicada coming back.
Damn. What a strange wish.
It was a good wish. It's good because you gave it to Klaus and you told him to bring back something that was close to him. And so the first person he thought it was Cicada, because Cicada brought him to the town.
Man, you could have brought back. You could have brought back
Anyone.
literally anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a free, like, true resurrection, essentially.
Mhm.
And at the time, it was very valuable because, if I recall, you weren't ready to stop playing Cicada.
I mean, it was like 2 characters after the fact. Like he was dead and gone, so
Yeah, but
I was like, hell yeah.
You've been talking about missing playing Cicada for a while.
I mean, yeah. He was a fun character.
Yeah, Cicada was
And
definitely fun.
he'll always be like the baseline fun fighter. So
Yeah, and then he died again.
He did.
yeah. But
Yeah.
he went out of hero's death, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and the dragon
Welcome to the club.
and the dragon guardian of the Hall of Bones, I think.
The boneyard.
The Boneyard.
The
Yes.
bone zone.
Yeah, the
As some might
Boneyard.
call it.
Went ahead and stole
Bone
a couple
jab.
of our levels
Mhm.
for trying to take too long speaking to you, saying our goodbyes. So next time a character of yours dies, yeah.
But
I'm
then
just gonna-
when
I'm just
Man,
gonna have
you know what?
Jacob,
I feel like there is some sort of wheel on this. I just realized you guys circle the wheel. Like you get told something and they tell you not to do something, and then you do that something, and then you get paid back for it in dividends that you do not want.
yes.
You lost levels from the voice. You lost all of your homeless from the giant lord. The fire titan. Yeah,
Yep.
that was. Oof.
When he did the smashy smash to Chop's parents.
Yeah, he did. Job's parents died. I mean, inevitably that led to something much more interesting. I still like the relationship that's happening between Chobs and Rahk. I think they're dynamic and they're very important, imperative even to this particular group.
Mark's finding out about fatherhood.
Yeah. It's strange, but what a way.
Finding out about fatherhood, and so is Jacob, just in 2 very different ways.
All I'm imagining is the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" title card, and it's Rahk learns how to be a parent, and I can hear the music.
The
just
gang
playing.
adopts a baby.
This is Pathfinder.
This is in fact Pathfinder, yes. This is Pathfinder 1. It's not Pathfinder 2. It's not that I'm not interested in going into P2, but we have gone this far into P1. I'm going to see this thing finished.
Yeah, when we're 200 sessions almost into something, we might as well stick with it.
We're just gonna continue waxing this and see.
Maybe for
how
the
it
New
goes.
Game Plus, we can do it in 2.0.
No, I bought a house. Fuck you guys. I bought a house. That was the rule. You guys had to buy a house, fucking clean out, and I would start this game over in New Game Plus, let you keep your levels, and ruin my life. But no, I already bought a house. You missed your
Wait,
timeline.
I just want to say, Bub, the
You don't
best
want a
thing
second
about
house?
keeping our levels, imagine we
Don't
come
you
in...
tempt me, you temptress.
Bub, imagine we go in to that fucking first
Harlot,
maze.
harlot to you.
there's the beholder taking away the kids. We just fucking slap him into the fucking floor.
No. What we do is right off the beginning, we just kill Adamarcus.
We get all the way to him and don't need him. And we just
instead of
stab.
releasing him from his
spider
binder.
monkey
I'm
onto him.
picturing that
Kill
scene
him.
out Rick and Morty where they're both on
Both
roads,
are radiating it.
you know, and just beating people up at random and spitting on them.
Oh, it wasn't beating people up at random. It was specifically Nazis.
Yeah. Oh,
I
man.
recently had to regale the tale of the weirdest experience I've ever DM'd before, and
Was
guess
it the
what
one?
game it came back to?
Oh, was it us?
Did
It
it
was
have
this one.
something to do with
was-
the coffee field?
Wait, we beat Bloody shoving someone up as a butt plug to an owlbear?
Yes.
Or a bugbear, I mean?
Yeah, that was a what the fuck moment, but that was completely an event that happened courtesy of someone losing their mind. But
ours was
I
a
have to
concerted
explain
effort.
to you and to everyone else that Panda willingly let a giant fucking
Baboon.
Oh, honey badger.
madness baboon.
Oh,
He,
yeah.
And he said, and I quote,
Oh my god, the seduction.
I quote, ruin my leather donut.
Yeah.
Such an awful fucking phrase. God, I had forgotten you said that. I blocked that out.
Yeah. Yes.
Aren't you glad that me and Panda never played in a game together?
Thank
fucking
fuck.
God.
No joke. Yeah. That I did everything in my power to deter the descriptions that went on.
He kept
but
rolling it.
He kept going on, and I was like, no. Sure, the camera goes dark. You can assume whatever position it is that you like, but nobody has to see it. And he meets back up with a party before someone, I think inevitably him, dying in the honey.
He
in the
fell
neurotoxin.
into the neurotoxic honey, and we had to peel him up from his
Yes.
face, and his skin stuck.
Yes.
It wasn't just his face.
Oh
We
yeah,
had
it
to
was nuts,
spatula
and
his
we had
balls
to
off the
use a
ground.
spatula to remove his nut. Oh my god, fuck.
Oh yeah, there's no ladies ever playing in this game with this crew. No fucking way. Oh.
I mean, there was also even before that when we were doing Sunless with the kid fucking peeing in the well.
Yeah,
There's
that
always
was-
something horrible.
But that
God
was
damn it, Shrug McSnappies. It's one of my favorite ones.
that
It's still a great fucking name for a Guild Wars 2 character. Still have that cat somewhere.
If you ended up, you know, you don't count as just, you know, no girls. You're worse than some of us.
I mean, I think she's better than some, but I also think that this would be a very different campaign with that level of influence. This kind of party, this group particularly, carried this into this zone, right? The escape is the way that it is because we brought your level of functionality to the table, or dysfunctionality, if you will. But hey, Atlas, what's up, buddy? But at the same time, I think that bringing any new party into this would distinctly change the outcome. Like, imagine if we didn't have Ronald and we still had Dan. Where would the game be?
There'd
If we-
be a lot more dead kids.
If we didn't have
Oh my
Sniper
God.
and we still had Connor, where would we
Oh my
be?
God.
If it would-
Mostly alive.
It would.
We'd have a more scenic
That's
view.
debatable. That's debatable. Okay.
I would feel a lot less bad for sacrificing someone's life or sacrificing Jimmy's life to bring back Rook.
Thank fuck that stuff didn't get voted because there were a couple of episodes that his
Were very
background could have
spicy.
got me banned.
Look, like I said, we had a scenic view.
Yes, it was. It was. Oh look, I'm actually wearing the shirt for it.
Oh my god.
Of course you are.
I was gonna
Of
say
course.
it, but I didn't want to.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well,
Twin Teaks.
Twin Teaks. Yeah. Hey, nice. He's got a tankard shirt on. That's great. But yeah, that's we deviated. We deviated a little bit. I did before the stream go back and watch the last hour of the very last episode. Everything that we've covered so far happened before the last episode. What occurred in the last episode? Ronald,
Dr. Keegan,
do you have? No, that was not the last episode. That was the.
wasn't?
It was correct. That was the previous. What happened in the last
The
episode?
last episode, like where we finished off for the most part.
Yes.
So, Ulhime was trying to give comfort to Cort, and learning that Cort had some interaction with Helm, tried to see if he could have Helm or Cort contact him, telling him because Cort ended up having an out-of-body experience where he was telling him essentially what was happening to the realm and what was happening to Jimothy. So Ulhime wanted to see if it was possible for him to channel his divinity into Cort to contact him.
You basically, you inadvertently went fishing.
Yeah.
You tried to find Helm or someone that was close enough to Helm that could get you to Helm.
And you were using Cort as bait.
Not as bait.
Not
he was
quite.
more like a loudspeaker to call.
Oh yeah, that's right. All the gods convened.
An amplifier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so Cort is now nicknamed AT-AT when you absolutely must reach out to touch someone.
Yep.
Sure.
Is Ulhime and ZeroCon? Yes. We'll go through that in just a moment. I'll let everybody go ahead and recap on their characters following. This is we'll get to playing. I promise, folks.
But yeah, he ended up having Cort try to call out for Helm, and he was using a lot of like divinity, and it started leaking out, and it was calling Nabdatoran, Helm, and every other thing that could pick up on divinity as well. So we're not sure what else is being drawn into our direction, but
let's just theorize for a second. Let's say that an angel is freely seeping its energy out. What do you think would be drawn to that?
Worms.
Evil things.
Good guys.
anything that could, a lot of good
anything
entities
that can
would
detect
be,
it.
Yeah,
Really.
Sure, yeah. A lot of entities that could detect it. And that could be the quote-unquote good guys. It could be another angel. Maybe it's like an angel's call. But at the same time, it could be literally anything trying to feed. If there are, like, anything that feeds upon divine energy, you could be summoning just about anything. And guess what? It's right on both counts. Because a few people showed up. Who showed up?
Nabdatoran and Helm.
Nabdatoran and Helm. Correct.
Well, Charlie. Miles.
Charlie posing as Helm. Helm
No.
puppeting Charlie.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Where we ended off, where this kind of beacon was going out and it was starting to fade because he wasn't gonna blow himself up trying to channel it consistently.
Correct.
So Ulhime essentially reached his limit to where like he didn't want to risk shattering himself to call him, so he was slowly starting to have the energy die down.
Correct. There was a bit of a conversation that happened between Thelsa and Rahk and Jakob and Nabdatoran. What was shared, what was said?
Most of it was just me flirting with Nabdatoran on my part.
It's true. It's true. I
And,
actually recapped one of the things that you said. It made me laugh again, which was Sniper saying, "God, stop trying to fucking sleep with my dad." And your immediate response was, "I promised there wouldn't be much sleeping." It got me. I was not ready for it.
That's what you were messaging about. I
Yes.
didn't remember. But then I read it and I was like, I do not remember what you're referring to, but yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it was.
But also,
it was funny the second time.
I almost got blinded when I tried to see what was going on,
Yeah.
and Jacob did get blinded.
Yes, he did. He
That was something
blinded.
that happened.
I do remember describing that. And Jacob, he was fireman carried by Rahk back to the Wee Apothecary. Nabdatoran stopped you. He said that he was here for what? Conjugal visit?
I believe he said he was coming to see just what the hubbub was, and kind of just accidentally ran into Helm. Helm went ahead and threatened that he wasn't as powerless as he might seem. And then I think he actually claimed to be coming to see me.
Okay. Do you think that was entirely the point? Or were you just a platform.
I'm just a convenient, whipping post.
Okay.
Alibi.
All right. Seems good. Rahk actually didn't have a lot to say. He was quick to immediately deviate away from Nathatorin. But
Yeah, he wanted to de-ass the area.
you spoke as well immediately after Nathatorin left. You spoke to Charlie Miles. You spoke to Helm. So, Charlie asked why he was here. Why do you keep in league with Nathatorin? Why is there a demon general hanging around town, knowing all of you by first name, and speaking with you candidly as friends? And honestly, your response was, and he said, I just met him.
I met him today.
And Rahk hit him with a shrug, dabbed Fireman Carey, and pulled Sniper away. Sniper was like, he's my dad. And it was certainly a weirder experience.
Yeah, because Thelsa didn't stop at that. The whole "it's my dad" Nathatorin. She's like, oh.
Yes. He said something. You said, how do we stop him? How do we stop Nathatorin? What can we do? Helm said that there is a way. Sniper suggested, well, I bet we can stop him with this. I'll shove this up his ass, pointing to his weapon. And Helm called the weapon something. What did he say about that weapon?
I cannot remember for the life of me. That it was a holdback from the war of the war for Celestia, and it was made to basically cut the world asunder. That it can cut anything.
You might be mixing some lore here.
It unbinds.
It does unbind, yes. I said it can kill anything that breathes. So you took it as such that you would be able to kill him with this. But before you were able to take a striking blow, which is where your end of the camera changed in trajectory, went to black, and moved over to our friend here, Cort, and Ulhime. Ulhime, he said that he had been here for an ointment for a rash. But you saw Cort's face distort, tense up with rage and fear. Cort, what is it that you recalled?
He's the butt. Too many pretzels. He's the one who burnt my village.
Yes. He is the one.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a drink after that.
Yeah, you don't say. He's the what a fucking sound.
So wait.
Didn't realize you could drown sitting at your desk.
Yeah. Cort remembered that it was Nathatorin that burnt down
Yes.
his village? Yeah.
Or at least the body that he's using, right?
Correct. He's using that body. Because you recalled specifically that you remember the hair, you remember the skin, you remember the size of the figure and the gaunt frame and his ability moving with like this almost deceptive flash, a blinding speed, before inevitably you saw your master fall. And that's where we ended the session, was right there.
Right at the most emotional moment. I'm glad I've carried that over.
Correct.
And I remember those emotions.
That's why I'm telling you now. So you have a moment to unpretzel yourself and pull yourself together so that we can continue into that. Now, I will state that if you are a patron, you get access to a lot of various different things. In this case, one of those is Wild Magics. We will have those today. I wrote down a few of them. They are available, but we can't use them anymore. You can still keep voting on the Bane or the Boon. That will be open probably for the rest of the night, depending entirely on whatever you guys think. Make sure you cast your vote. If someone would share that again in the stream, that would be lovely. What? That audio was blowing my mind. It's true. It's all good. So, additionally, if you guys happen to gift 5 subs to stream, it will unlock a luck reroll. It looks something like this. You see the flashing D20. Currently, there is none. But when we go up, that'll be there. We have to save this until the beginning of stream. Occasionally, we have some folks that come in the beginning of stream and they'll drop them in. But if you guys want to make them a thing, you can do that now. So 5 gift subs will unlock a luck reroll. The players are gonna need it a lot.
Don't lie. I'm going to need it.
Likely, yes. They can use them at just about any time within the realm of reason. Now, bear in mind, every time we hit 10 luck rerolls, just in general, 10 gift subs in general, that will... Thank you very much. There's actually the first luck reroll. That will give me one, and I get to use it at any time wherever I like as well. Wiley, Garge, Reld, definitely not Nexus, and Afro, Enigma. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Alan, subbing and more. Brock, oh my god. Well, the folks are making it happen. Holy shit.
Oh, hey, definitely not Nexus. I don't know what Nexus is.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Well, welcome in, folks.
Oh,
I appreciate
his
it.
Computer. Fuck.
Matt Death, Dracolich, Arsekiss, that's a name. I like that. CK, Life on Standby, Noctalia, Tice the Betrayer, the Leo Owlbear, Canusperkex, that's a name, and the Guilty. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. You're officially subbed in. That's 3 luck rerolls. The players will use them. So, is there anything I failed to mention? Anything I failed to describe? Ronald, did I do a good job? Did I cover just about everything that's important?
Yep, we good.
Okay. Then let's set the scene. I think we'll go with this.
And as I remember, we're all in the Wee Apothecary at this point. Because that's how Cort actually saw Nathatorin. Nathatorin just kind of slipped right through all of us inside.
He did, in fact. You commanded him to leave. In fact, it was Thelsa. Thelsa was like, no, you should probably go. He said, you're right. She said, no, seriously, you need to leave. He went, yes, but I have this itch, and I really need a powder or something. Good thing we're at the apothecary. And no one stopped him. So he's technically in the door leading to the rear room. He has seen the body of Cort. He has seen Ulhime channeling this divinity freely. And now we sit. I open the floor with this. The tension in the room runs so densely so. It's swimming through a miasma. It's thick and pallid and hangs luridly over the room. And no one knows what to do immediately. Helm waits at the door. What do you do?
Cort's going to stare the man up and down, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not just... I'm trying to think of the word,
Imagining things.
Imagining. I keep wanting to say illusion. I'm like, that's not what that is.
Hallucinate is what you're looking for.
Thank you. I want to I want to look at him and basically scan up and down to make sure that I'm not hallucinating and he's interacting with people through the pain. I don't know if you want me to roll against the pain or anything to see if I would be able to do that.
No, you actually rolled last time. You rolled a 33 on your fortitude. If you scroll up, you can look. It's there.
I remember.
Yeah. You rolled a 33, so you have managed to wince through the pain. The pain itself is this numbing ache, right? It's been happening so much. You have so much dopamine and endorphins running through your body at this point to try to stave off the pain that it's just a consistent burn. And for those that are watching at home, he had been cut from shoulder to hip, down through his organs. They were unable to mend him. They brought him to the apothecary, and they found that something was causing his organs to deteriorate rapidly.
I want to have a little explanation for my following actions. Despite this condition, Cort's probably pretty angry. He's also really young, really stupid. So I'm probably going to do something really stupid very shortly. So, Bub, after looking at him and confirming that it is him, I'm going to scan the room for my weapon. Should I roll a perception?
It's a matter of where your allies put your weapons.
That's like I'm assuming didn't tell me this over all of the commotion.
Where would you guys have put his weapons?
I think we left him behind. I don't recall grabbing him.
Well, it's been like
Days.
24 hours, or a little longer actually.
Because it's been like a day or two, because they had to become on stone.
It definitely is it's 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days at this point.
So
I mean, if we were getting his stuff, then yeah, I would have probably had it. I would have left it in the room with them. I wouldn't have
Sure.
There would be no reason for me to.
yeah, you're not going to hide it
anywhere
from
else,
me.
yeah.
It's probably in the room somewhere. That's feasible enough.
So I would just scan around the room with my eyes, not really moving too much to try and see if I could find a weapon.
Give me perception. Remember, just because you can
See
clearly doesn't mean that you're hyper perceptive, but even that's fairly good for you. So sure, you happen to see it. It is across the room. However, across the room feels miles at this point with the way your body aches.
And then the last thing I want to take note of, where's everyone's eyes?
I would imagine that Ulhime is peering directly at the man standing in the door. And you can see the man standing in the door. He appears to be glancing back and forth between the room and the previous room.
But no one's particularly paying attention to me. They're mostly looking at napkins.
No, the fact that it's even on the table that you can still exist at this point is almost supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, leaned up in a corner with one shoulder against either wall because I can't see shit.
Yeah.
Well, this is where I do that stupid thing, and Cort's going to try to sit up.
Give me a fortitude save.
Yep.
Nat one.
Cort, you manage to start to lift your body. But as you begin to rise to this particular occasion, I'm guessing to lift yourself up, to equip yourself.
Yeah.
Your body burns. This is not just a single bee sting. The moment that you start putting your muscles in action, it is hundreds, if not thousands of bee stings all over your body. You feel it in your toes, the back of your eyeballs. Everything burns. But nothing burned quite as intensely as your village and your hatred for that person that day.
Pretty pissed.
You managed to bring your arms upward.
Gonna keep trying.
Sure. Can I get a perception, please, from everyone but Sniper?
Hey, my sense of smell could be awesome now. I could be I could be Daredevil right now.
You know,
Smell by the pus.
you would be so lucky. I don't think that's
so
the case.
weird. I can't hear the in-game music.
Did you turn it off? I would also restart your browser.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah, just go ahead and restart your browser. I've got everybody's numbers here. Ulhime, you're definitely going to see this. Rahk, it's likely from your angle since you've just positioned Jakob downward. You may not see him. You probably can just barely see past Mouse Gellering in the door. And Thelsa, we'll say from your position, there's a very good chance that you can see past him. You may even see the movement. What little movement there is. So do you try to continue rising your body?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Try again.
Oh.
Critical fail.
So this is where I'm supposed to do this, right? And reroll?
If you want to, you can use that right now.
No, wow, that Was 6 better, but that's not a lot better.
It is not enough for you to... you can move. You're free of moving, but you cannot even remotely stomach the pain. And there's no doubt about it. You're grunting. There's probably screams through your teeth.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Ulhime, you're going to see this. Thelsa, you will probably hear this. It's likely that even Ray Charles in the back will hear this.
Yeah. I mean, if I heard him yelling again, I would guess split my focus from Nabdatoran entering the room.
Okay.
As though if he was a welcome guest, and I would try to help Cort. I'd probably place him back down because I don't know why he's trying to
Sure. You move over. If you could please give me. Are you going to restrain him? Are you going to talk to him? What does this look like?
No, I'm not gonna force him down, but I mean, I would try to cradle him back down slowly. I'm like, no, lad, you can't do this. Stay down.
Give me, if you will, give me diplomacy. This is going to be hard. Okay. Sniper, I'm going to slap chop you in the neck. It's not bad. It's not bad, but you're literally trying to talk him down from a ledge. This would be like talking Batman into not disliking Bane for breaking his back. Do you continue moving? Do you try to shift upward still? Or are you fighting against this resistance?
I'm not gonna let him push me back down, and I'm gonna continue to try.
Give me a fortitude and then give me a strength.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Bear in mind, your strength is functionally halved at this point.
Yeah. So take 3 off of that.
Okay. That's still really fucking high comparatively.
I have a 6 strength, dog.
So he's fighting, and the way that this looks, because he rolled high enough in fortitude as well, the scream is still there, but it's pursed lips, the grit of his teeth, some of them broken or fractured, his eyes distended wide, bloodshot. This is rage. Pure, unadulterated rage.
Rahk, that don't sound good.
It's easy to see where he's focused then, right?
I'm staring at one thing and one thing only right now.
His eyes have never left this figure, even with you standing there, even with you sort of leaning in.
You're not there to me.
If that's the case, I would assume it's probably Nab doing something. Then I would take up my shield and start advancing towards Nab. I'd be like, as I start walking towards him, I would yell leave this place. You don't belong here, demon.
I don't know why, but I imagine you immediately taking the spy crab position from TF2, but with a shield. I don't know why, but
Nabdatoran looks at you, and he's surprised. He puts his hand to his chest, these long, distended fingers that seem almost graven in nature. I'm a demon now. Now I'm a demon. Well, we just had an agreement, days ago, when I brought them all back.
I don't know what you're doing to him, but you need to leave.
He looks down to the boy. Looks like we may have lost Rubble there.
I'm gonna stare him right in the eyes.
Looks like he's looking at a coconut cream pie, something fierce. Homie's like, I'm gonna get that shit.
I'm gonna lick the marshmallow cream right out of it.
Oh no.
Look out, world. This man can eat all the pudding cups without a spoon.
Somebody needs to caption that with just heavy breathing.
Oh, man. All right, your dwarf 90k'd. Yeah, he should be back. Listen, it's a skill. I know it is. I know he'll be back. But yeah, he never mind. All the cameras are gonna get stopped. Excellent. We're just gonna wait a moment, guys. Just bear with us. I'll have to move every fucking camera around again.
No, he attacked. No, that's what.
I am now Ulhime! Guys,
I'm glad your Ulhime has lost a chromosome.
we need to build an army. And I've
Well,
got
you're muted.
just the plan.
Oh my god, Bill! Oh my god.
Yep,
This is great. You can actually talk for both yourself and Cort. Just lean
Oh,
to the
man.
left
Oh,
and lean to the
hell
right.
Yeah. See, this works.
Oh, it's perfect. Well, this means now that Austin is Cort.
I'm
Or
Jakob.
Austin is Jacob.
Yeah, I'm Jacob now. I'm gonna feel my way to the nearest piano, so I can start banging out some tunes for these
I'm gonna
guys
kick
for
you
the
from
fight.
this fucking call, I swear to God. Like I said, guys, if you come here expecting the most serious of role plays, you tuned into the wrong place. Sometimes it gets real juicy.
Weird.
Sometimes. But thank you guys for coming out. I do appreciate it. And welcome in, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your time thus far. Welcome to the What the Fuck Simulator. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that checks out. It's good to see some faces. There's some faces in here I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm happy to have you here. You missed this? I did too. It seems pretty serious to me. Yeah, I mean, it can be. It certainly can be.
Seriously unprofessional.
I don't know what's taking homie so long. Is he offline as well?
Thank you, Frank.
No, it says he's online.
He'll be back eventually. Maybe someone Molotov his power generator.
He might still be sitting there. That would be wild.
He's
Just still
saying
talking,
yes,
and he's like, "Why is everybody sitting so still?"
I want to see him get cut off during a monologue and see how long it takes him to realize that he's not monologuing to anyone anymore.
Thank you, Wiley. It's good to see you too, bud. I so miss this. Thanks, guys. It's good to have you back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee. I'll be back.
Okay, all right. He rage quit? I don't think so.
He just came up. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm done."
Farm. Thank you, buddy. Noble Gilgamesh. Scarlet Yami. Immortal Echoes. Andy Jones and Centuis. Welcome in, guys. You've not laughed this hard in a while? That's perfect. It works out.
I've been, honestly, because I've been jumping back and forth between friend groups lately, and everyone's always like, "Man, you're laughing." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
It's been the same laugh since forever.
Yeah, I know, but so, like within like the past year and a half, everyone just notices how insane it's been. Luckily, it's always been noticed here.
Farm, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. Farm putting us in at 4 luck rerolls for the team, 2 for me. Remember, guys, I have a max of 5. It does mean that's a lot of gifted subs. It means that 50 gifted subs that have to come through in a night. Do I think it's going to happen? It typically doesn't, but sometimes it does. Hey, Shortchange, what's up, buddy?
He's saying he's trying to get back in. Do you have to accept him into the call again?
I do, in fact. Thank you for saying that. I would not have immediately seen that.
There you go, Ronald.
All right. So now I'm going to move these back around.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened.
It's all good. Might have just had a thing happen. Ain't nobody mad. It's actually good humor.
That was kind of dumb.
Well, it's okay. I mean, Jacob's just in the back singing, "Isn't She Lovely?"
Yep. The more and more you do that, the more I
Yep.
want to stab you.
That was super weird. Like our
You're the
internet
one that
cut
calls
out
me
twice.
Stevie Wonder.
I didn't call you Stevie Wonder, jackass.
Who'd you call me?
Ray
Charles?
Charles.
Ray Charles.
Okay, I'll go ahead and fix that.
Lone, every time someone leaves the call, it rearranges the order. It does that. It's just part of Zoom. I wish it wasn't like that, but it happens.
Okay, he'll be singing "Georgia on My Mind."
I mean, you missed.
How's that?
You missed like some of his like serious bangers. You missed like, oh god, what was it? Gold
Hit the road, Jack.
Was it Gold Digger? I think he did Gold Digger. Kanye and featuring Ray Charles, but I think it was Jamie Foxx. That was from the
It
movie.
was mostly Jamie Foxx, but that's because Jamie Foxx was doing a song, was doing a movie about Ray Charles at the same time.
But I feel like Ray Charles did a song like that a long time ago. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering, but it's all right.
What part did I get cut off on?
The start.
Okay. So yeah, as I saw Cort like writhing in pain, I advanced forward and I was yelling at Nab that he needed to leave.
He said that it was mostly like, you're calling me a demon now, when it was convenient prior, but now you call me a demon.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you're doing to this boy, but Jude can't be here. Back, and I advanced forward again with the shield.
Okay. His response is just that. He gives a small, like, chuffed laugh. Just this raises a few eyebrows. And he says, I can see where I'm not wanted. That's fine. For now. And I didn't do anything to the boy. Not that he could do much right now anyway.
His target is you. And I don't know what rage overwhelms him, but you being here is not helping him. Go.
I'll leave, but it would be a shame if he ever found out that we worked together, wouldn't it? Give me a perception, Cort.
Oh, hey, it's running for me now, too. Nice.
You may have heard it. You may have also written it off. Just like seeing red the entire time.
Yeah.
I'll actually leave it to a die roll here. Just a coin flip. So 50-50 in your favor.
I'll take the 1.
You'll take the 1?
Yeah, so odd.
Odd, okay. 95, it's odd. Sure, you heard it. It may be misplaced at the moment. You may have not.
I might have heard it, but
clearly.
it's not my focus.
You might
Exactly.
not be giving it the necessary.
It's in the
attention.
back of my head now. I heard it, but I'm not. I got bigger fish to fry. Mostly Naphtatorin. He needs to be thrown into a grill.
Did any die?
No, he's here.
Hey, buddy,
No.
you okay back there? You're muted,
muted.
friend.
You vibing? You're still muted.
Still muted.
On
Just
there
not
you go.
tabbed into Zoom.
Yeah,
You alright, man?
it's the ASMR
Yeah.
videos they're getting to him. Or the fact that he streamed for like fucking a billion hours today already.
Yeah, I am going through another one of my 360-degree circadian rhythm changes.
Nice. It's rough.
Work's killing me, man.
I'm sorry, buddy. Well, just making sure you're okay.
If anything, Cort's gonna try to sit up again.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Now the Tauren turns, and he sees Jakob sitting in the corner. Sees Thelsa at the door. Helm, with a portly shadow cast over the door as well. It's not enough. You're not enough to string yourself upward. You try. Through
Yeah.
spit. Anger is not nearly just enough in this moment. Your body
And
is
that
not what it
strength
was.
is like 7.
As Nab leaves, I'll lower my guard and I'll try to tend back to Cort, make sure he's okay.
He's still fighting. His eyes are practically bulging out of his head. The veins on his neck that haven't mostly deflated from the lack thereof of blood. You're surprised that he's still conscious.
I would probably try to force him down a bit then,
Okay.
because he's putting way too much strain on himself at this point.
All right. Give me a strength check. I'm not going to force you to make a grapple. It's not hard. It's just going to be opposed to strengths.
You want one for me too?
Yes, but it's going to be at a
Penalty, of course.
yes.
And then this is just with my base, so feel free. Yeah. So that's
Okay,
7 if you take half. So.
No, your strength is at 7.
Well, I'm saying if you take half of my current strength,
Uh-huh.
then that puts that roll at 7.
No, the roll's not at 7. The roll was 4. At 7 on the ability chart, you have a -2 or a -3 even. I believe it's a -2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm
So-
cutting the modifier, not the score.
Correct.
Half my score would be 11.
So
So
you-
+1. Right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah, +1.
Well, 11 would be plus nothing. You'd do
Correct.
straight
Is it
11
is it
plus
plus 0?
yes.
Yeah.
So in this
Okay.
case, it's just a
Straight
flat
20.
4.
Yeah.
There is not enough. He is unfathomably strong at this point, and you have no idea when he became so strong. And Frank doesn't know why you're trying to sit up either.
Please.
Neptorin turns and he begins to pass through the room. He seems mildly offended or miffed, but he's gained enough information. And he begins to leave.
Rahk, what's happening?
Neptorin seems to be walking away now.
Ah. I thought I smelled some tension in the air.
He
Surprised
passes,
you didn't smell anything but yourself.
he passes by the door. He gives you a tip, as if a hat were there. He sneers down at Helm in the vessel of Charlie Miles, and he continues forward in whatever direction he aims to be.
Father, just so you're aware, we need to trade words soon.
You hear from the distance as he walks away. I know, boy. I expect it soon. The woman behind the table was very confused and concerned for a moment. She looks to you, Rahk, and she glances into the room. She's, what was that? What had happened? Why have I seen that man before?
Be glad
Some-
you've never seen him before.
Some questions are best left unanswered for the moment. Steer clear if you do see him again.
I'm assuming it's Jenya.
Yes, Jenya Eureka's. She declares that she has seen him before.
Ah, so you have seen Nav the Torn.
I don't remember him as any name other than Mal. That was the guard captain when I was a child.
Yes, I think he was a man who died many years ago. Correct?
I can't recall. I was focused on my studies, but I remember him coming to the church. It's been a long time. Sarsen typically handled everything with him.
Well, take my word on it. He's currently not now. He's currently inhabited by probably the most powerful demon known to this realm. Nav the Torn. Currently owner of Occipitus, I think.
You hear that, Ulhime, as there is, even with you fighting, right? Even with you fighting in this moment. You still hear that. Nothing else. Silence for a long time. There's not much left of Cort. He's been relatively silent himself.
And Charlie is still there?
Charlie is there, yes. At least the body of Charlie Miles, correct.
I'll turn to him. Mr. Miles, sorry for the scene, but as you can see here, our friend is gravely wounded. By chance, would you happen to know of any remedies that can help him? Any form of magic that might be able to help that we can get to?
Let me see what I can do here to help you out, friend.
He's like, you can sub to Twitch Prime.
No, not quite.
You can like, comment, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can listen to our podcast on Apple,
You
No.
can donate to the Patreon.
follow our SoundCloud.
And all of those things. Charlie,
Hit up
You
our
s-
Grinder account.
you see him sitting in the door. Well, at least you see him standing. Charlie's not a very large guy, much like yourself. He is portly for a human man. He is not very tall. He's probably on the lower end of 5 feet, like 5'3", 5'4". And he's always been rather interesting, especially in the way that he dresses, the way that he carries himself. But this time seems very different. You notice that there is a bizarre scorch in the floor near his feet. You notice that his eyes lack pigmentation whatsoever. There's something very, very odd, because he doesn't carry himself with a swing in his gait. This time it seems almost as if someone else is piloting him.
Ulhime will slowly lift his shield. Mr. Miles, is everything all right?
Is his eyes doing the white thing again?
Thelsa, where you stand, you know that that is not Charlie Miles. You know that that is Helm. Helm, for whatever reason, seems to abstain from speaking. Do you speak for him?
No, I'm still kind of lost in my thoughts. I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna save Cort. And I know all this shit with Nabby's going down, but I know Nab the Torn's not gonna attack Cort.
Sure.
And I'm still struggling. But I'd just kind of watch the conversation.
A god and a demon are in my immediate presence, but right now I'm more focused on the kid who was almost cut in half.
Look, I've had regular conversation with dragons and devils. Demons and gods don't mean much to me anymore.
How jaded you are. I've spoiled you, sir.
I have to run a church soon, and I can't have my first client dying.
He's like, look,
In-
it's not my god. I don't care. Unless Weedress herself is currently walking into that door, he has better things to be doing.
There's an issue if Weedress is walking in the door. That means either A, you're dead, or some super magical thing is happening around here.
Well, I mean, there kind of is. But...
Are you guys having this conversation out
No.
loud?
No, they're not.
Okay, I was gonna say, like,
Cort actually stopped yelling just to have a nice talk.
Just
But yeah.
bait, yes. The
Yeah, if he continues not to talk, I'll speak up, but I figure he's just kind of refraining or trying to pick words selectively.
Helm's never been one to mince words. He speaks very candidly. He's told you when you're wrong. He's told you when you need to try harder. And now, for some reason, he's abstaining from speaking. You're not sure if he is willing to speak as much as he can, or if something else is preventing him at this point.
Ulhime will advance slowly and kind of like wave his hand in front of him to see if he can recognize what's happening.
There is a
Mr.
blink.
Miles.
You see him blink. You hear the breath as his exhale hits your hand.
He'll give him a soft shake. Mr. Miles, are you okay?
I'm fine.
He will take a step back.
I'm just gonna, after hearing that,
okay, human. You may
I'm gonna look to him and then look back to Ulhime and say, Charlie, would you like to head back to the tome? Maybe Sasha can have a look at you and see what's going on here.
Yeah. While Jacob kind of just turns to Rahk and, that's right, he doesn't know that this guy thinks he's Helm, does he?
Give me a perception.
Kind of in a stage whisper.
Sure. Now I'm going to make it challenging for him to hear it. But god damn. Yes, I forgot. Your perception is otherworldly. And guess what? He hears it. You hear a muddled whisper. You recognize it to be Jakob. You could pick up that sound. You've heard his voice for what feels like too long. Can you believe he still doesn't know that this guy thinks he's Helm? You can hear it.
He like darts back at Jacob. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, Charlie's...
Ulhime grabs Charlie's like arm and like squeezes it and like pulls him close. Is it really you?
He allows you to grab onto the arm, and you try to pull him close, and you can't shake his footing. Before he finally responds with, I was called here. You needed to speak with me. I felt your call, as will many others. The voice echoes on for a while.
He as he kind of hears it, like he's like reassured that if this is Helm, he looks over to Cort. He needs help. He needs healing that I cannot provide.
Do you immediately
Please.
just assume that this is Helm because he spoke to you? Because he heard you say that you called?
I mean, I don't think Jacob would lie. And especially if he's trying to keep it a secret like that.
Does Jacob have any proof?
He did say this guy thinks he's Helm.
That's true. He did say that. Those were his canon words.
Okay. Then, I mean, if that's the kind of thing that the mindset that he would be running through, then I guess trying to get proof would probably be the first thing.
Okay. How would you go about doing that?
As he lets go of his arm, he'll ask him, if you really are the god of guardians and protectors, prove it to me.
How would you have me prove it? What might I do to convince you that I am who I say I am? I have no visage. I have zero stamp or letter of consignation. You must merely take my word for it.
Admittedly, the scary voice does help.
Well, if I carry your divinity, then I might be able to sense yours if you use your magic.
I choose not to wield my magic so freely. And forgive me for not responding sooner. I am challenged to see you in this light. A light that is not yours, nor is it mine. I did not realize that you were doused in the gale of Nidrama.
He nods.
Nidrama was among my first chosen, a valiant warrior, very skilled in the art of protection. More so in protection, she cared. She cared far more than her brothers and sisters. I do not know what it has taken, what toll she weathered. But I see that there is a veil that grants you your life, or your unlife, in whatever market corpse this is. Do not think that I did not hear this. I heard him say that you worked with him. Your shame should be in plenty, as this was the man. No, this was the demon who locked me away and wrought forth the end of the Cathedral of Feathers. And the knowledge that I ever even existed except through you. And you have chosen to work with him.
To bring them back. To stop him.
You value them to such a degree, and you're willing to lower yourself, to barter with the devil, the first demon general of Adamarcus, the Prince of Insanity. Perhaps Nidrama was wrong.
Maybe, but I would do more to make sure that they're safe.
And to be fair, you did kind of start this.
Who was that directed at? Me?
No, that was actually directed more towards Helm.
There's a pause, and he realizes that you seem to be speaking to him or of him.
Well, it's kind of hard to get a direct beat on the guy. I am blind.
Sure.
But,
I can't say that I understand what you mean by this being my fault.
Sorry. At this point, he'll lift one of his hands, the one that still has the scar from where Helm cut his palm, to make him the Dawnbringer. In visiting Occipitus to save a child, we somehow went back in time. We met your visage in all its glory. And in cutting my hand and making me bleed, demon blood fell and a prophecy was fulfilled.
It did not take blood. It simply took your footfall in the cathedral. It was to be protected. We had wards. Wards established to protect us for millennia against your kind. But somehow you waded through those wards. You stood still when you should have been destroyed.
I think I have theories about that, but
It is very bold of you to declare that the fall of my home is my fault. Either that or
Then-
you're very stupid.
well,
In
I
which
don't know
case-
why you cut my hand then. But regardless, I have theories as to how I was able to stand in Celestia. But regardless, I would assume that you are the one that called us there.
I called no one. I simply turned and you were there.
With all due respect, Lord Helm, don't call my friend stupid. He's done quite a bit to help us. And in spite of what anyone else may think of him, I still have hope for him.
You may have all of the hope you desire to save this child. But your hope does not beget the fact that he declared it my fault, my home, and I amongst the Pantheon fell. Respect is something earned, not given. I'm willing to see beyond this slight, but know that another god would not so easily. Another god will not walk here amongst you. And a stronger god would have smote it down. But I am not bound to the form and flame that I once was. I am bound to this mortal body. I'm stuck.
Then let us help you then. How can we set you free?
There is nothing you can do. Nothing short of what you've done already. As it stands, the measure of the man before me, and this desiccating corpse, I'm watching your body wither. Dust falls from these shoulders. More than tracks lay in your step you will be unmade.
Even if that were true, I'm doing everything that I can. Whether at the end of the day it's wrong or not, I'm doing what I believe is right by them and the people of this town. If I'm unworthy in your eyes, take your power from me. If not, then at the very least, help me find a way to help my friends and help this town.
You claimed this power. It is not something I freely gave to you, as I gave to all of my children, my friends. Nidrama is the only one capable of reclaiming that power.
And she is super dead.
I am bound in this body for now, but it will not last. This vessel will match yours in no time. I'm waiting to see the measure of the man that they declare that you are. And the dying boy in that rear room, he believes in you more than most, and he's seen your accidents. He knows your intentions. He knows your faults. Yet he still follows you. Choose your friends wisely, and it would be wise further to not work with Naphtatorin, lest you want to find yourself trapped in the stone body of a demon lord. My time has come to an end. This body tires. You will see me in the future. Good luck, Ulhime. And
Get
with
your rest home.
a blinding gale of light, the whole area illuminates. Everyone's vision is just that, as if headlights rounded the corner too fast, and they struck you in your immediate vision. And they're gone as quickly as they've come.
The
And-
fuck was that?
Charlie Miles lies motionless on the ground.
I would probably get him to like another cot or sit him up on a chair.
You drag him in, and he nestles into a chair before finally coming to. Glances around the room. I seem to have lost time.
You were sleepwalking again, Charlie.
This hazarding fear falls over his face, and he looks to you almost in relief. Oh, it was just that. This is much better to know. I feel rather tired. I should be going now and sleep, and come visit me soon. He seems very, very weary in the face.
Here, I'll escort you home. I'm a little worried just in case you happen to fall again. You seem a tad weak.
I'll take him. I'm assuming you guys came back with news already. If you guys can help Cort, then do that.
Rolls angrily.
It's gonna take some time. Keegan is working on something, but he said minimum 3 hours. And even then, we have to figure out a way to transport him without killing him.
Hey, welcome in, Raiders and Dot. Thanks, folks, for dropping in. We are in the middle of a tabletop experience. It is my return to Shackled City. This is episode 182. Been going on for a minute. Very, very long game. So welcome in, folks. Hope you're doing well. Hope your stream was great. Thanks for dropping in. So I ask now, who is actually taking Charlie back? And who and what will be happening next for the rest of everyone else?
If Thelsa's gonna take him, then I'll help Jenya.
Yeah,
Jenya
I
with,
think
whatever I can.
I think it'd be better because I don't have any real way of healing people. I think it's best if you hang around the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I made an absolute clusterfuck of my attempt to help.
Sure.
Oh, since I called the farmers, I would start handing out like the grain and stuff. Because I think before this all happened, I told the some of the townsfolk to get the farmers and stuff, so that way we can start handing out the grain and stuff to start getting planted.
Sure. People
So-
are busy. Remember, it is still relatively late in town. It's not a fresh morning. You are running late into the evening at this point.
Mm.
So we'll move the camera to whomever is ushering Charlie.
I would be.
Okay. Is there any kind of conversation you wanted to have with him before you returned?
Just a casual, how are you feeling? Anything interesting happened lately?
Thank you very much, Fish, for that less luck reroll. I appreciate that. Very kind of you.
And if anything important or startling or anything new has happened around the tome
Sure.
lately.
He's kind of all over the place with his response. You know that when you get so tired, you're sort of just, you're mentally exhausted and you just kind of ramble on for a while. You don't stay on a topic too long. You don't really touch base with much else. Some of your words don't even, you don't even finish the final syllables. You just kind of bleed on for a while. But one thing is certain, he does walk, and he seems at least aware enough of where he's going. You don't really get much in the way of an answer. Things are interesting at the dome. It's warm. It feels so warm. So tired. I don't end up doing anything.
I'm not aware. You just met us at the apothecary, and you seemed tired when you arrived.
I feel as I've been involved with so many people, and I'm sweaty from head to toe, and I just need to lay down.
We're nearly there. You can get some rest when you get back to the tome.
Can I get a perception from you, please?
Yeah, apparently Helm's ass is heavy.
He sort of begins to mumble something, and there is a mild fear that falls over his face. And what he mumbles under his breath is, I hope that she's not mad at me again. You're muted.
I'm just going to wrap an arm around him and say, if you'd like, I can have a talk with her.
What? He turns and looks at you again, still kind of exhausted, face is flush, eyes not fully there. It's sort of like, you get that focus moment and the eyes just kind of wander off. He's trying to capture detail, but you can tell that he's just gone. He's gone.
Yep.
You eventually make it back to the tome, and it's quiet, which is sort of unnerving for the place. The Shining Tome is a place of knowledge and magic. And there exists the most bizarre things found from around the world. But without the music, without the liveliness of Charlie, it seems very out of place.
Yeah, I'm going to... I don't even know if I know where Charlie's room is in the house. But
Just find somewhere that's not sticky.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a whole gaggle of pillows that seem to be thrown out. And while they look rather slept in, you can easily just kind of toss them down and he'll happily just conk out immediately.
that'll be the plan. Just put him down somewhere comfortable.
Yeah.
Ish.
Okay.
And then I'd try and look around for Sasha. The back room first, and otherwise, downstairs.
Sure. You manage to find the stairs that lead down. A deceptive amount. This isn't the first time you've been here. You know how to get down there. Before inevitably you reach the bottom of the steps, you see this enormous pile of gold. It's unfathomable. There is no amount that you can't even guess. Hundreds of thousands? No, there's no point. Nobody needs this much. This whole village, this whole city could thrive on this amount of gold. A single person does not need this much. But she sits, leg crossed over. She's wearing her red dress. Beads decorate her hair. And she's laying back, while her knees basically up over each other. Her back is flat, and she seems to be slowly pushing coin around her fingertips.
Hello, my dear.
She glances up to see you. I thought it might be you.
I have an interesting inquiry. I don't need anything, don't think of me that. For once, it seems.
You find yourself into the home of a dragon often. And most people would be afraid of that. How are you not?
Well, I'd like to consider us at least friends.
I wouldn't.
That's valid.
Yet. This is to be determined. Everyone is motivated. Some by spoils, riches. Others by reputation and long lives. Others by other things. But you find yourself here regularly. What a statement. How could I entertain you, Thelsa?
Do you know anything of Charlie's recent activities? Something odd with him that's been happening lately?
Charlie's always been odd. Give me a sense motive. You believe her. You believe that it's just that he's always been odd.
Well, it seems as of late he's been a little more odd. And there have been some occurrences that have proven to be quite bizarre. And I think it has something to do with the item that I brought you some time back. During the goblin invasion. I'm sure you recall.
I wondered when you would be asking about that. It's fine. It certainly does have something to do with that. He is different. Or, at times, he is different.
He was different. He just visited us at the apothecary. Ulhime was doing some kind of channeling to try and contact Helm, and Charlie showed up as Helm.
You notice her lips tighten, as she seems annoyed. Go on.
By the end of it, just before Charlie seemed to fall unconscious, he said that he would be leaving, and there was a blinding light, and as quick as it came, it was gone.
You notice this almost bizarre cattiness, of like which you have not seen from her before. She's demanding. She commands the room. Her presence and charisma are seething. But now there is a cattiness that you have not seen before. She waits a while. Well, is Charlie fine?
Yes, I escorted him back. He's sleeping now, but he seems exhausted. Although I'm sure you could assume why that would be.
Yes, he's been working extra hard.
I just came to alert you as to the reason he was back late, he was gone, and that I know you knew something was up with him, but I don't know if it's gone now. That's what I've been led to believe.
I'm grateful. I appreciate that. Charlie needs no keeper. Next time you come to the tome, and Charlie welcomes you, allow him to announce you. If he is not here, and you wish to venture to this place, announce yourself. There is a certain invitation that is extended. If it is, let's say, pulled away, if it is rescinded, then you will not be welcome. And for now, I extend this to you as a courtesy, because you have done me many a favor. But it is dangerous to barge into someone's home. It is even more dangerous to barge into the home of a dragon. You would be wise to remember that.
I don't mean any ill will. I just come with worry for Charlie.
Charlie will be fine. He bounces back from everything. He's rather versatile.
This is just something I don't think most people bounce back from. Most people can't be a host to something extremely powerful. I mean, Cort's taken a beating from the wraith, whatever it was that had inhabited him.
When you say that he is inhabited or he's hosted, her jaw clenches, it tightens, and her brow furrows. The lips tighten again across the face. That's wonderful that you care. I'm glad that someone else cares for him, the way that I have, for a time. It's good that he's making friends.
Well, I'm not one to partake in the acts that he does more often, but he's proven to be kind and open to me, so I have no reason to think poorly of him.
Okay. Good.
Anyhow, I'll leave you. I didn't mean to cause any uncomfort.
This is fine. Just know that it is not entirely your fault. You just happened to be the one that I'd seen next. It is an unfortunate circumstance. I apologize. Partially. You still walked in, uninvited. But it is another that leaves, that challenges me.
Is there anything I can do to help with said issue?
See Ulhime to his finish.
Understood.
And with that, she goes back. She slumps her body back onto the gold and continues to almost like make a snow angel in her gold.
Scrooge McDucking it.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna head back upstairs.
Okay. When you make it back up there, Charlie is resting as much as you would believe. He is so far into sleep. It looks as if at some point between you dropping him off and the conversation that he tried to remove some clothing. He's got like just his ass hanging out, but the pants are still up. The vest is like up over his head like a cape. But he's snoring so loudly. Exhaustion has taken him, and he's going to be out for a while.
If there's a blanket laying around, I'm just gonna like cover him up.
Sure.
Even though he's probably taking clothes off because it's hot, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, there's not really there's the deer skin.
That'll do.
Sure. You'll have a deer skin over the top of him, and maybe a pillow here or there to help. But he's nestled. Very, very comfy.
Yeah, and then afterwards, I'm gonna head back and return to the apothecary.
Okay. Then we'll turn the camera back in this place. We're going to give you that time. Probably 20 to 30 minutes will lapse, and we're going to go back to the rest of the Bumble squad. All right, lads. What does this time look like? Do you have anything to say, anything to do? Do you have anything that you would like to get through?
Gurgle with rage.
What does that sound like?
Like the sound I made earlier, but with more anger behind it.
You'll need twice as many pretzels.
At least.
Okay. Sounds good.
As we are, I guess, working on helping the people, do I have anything I can use to help Jacob?
Actually, Bub, in having my rage and my anger moment, Cort would have just blacked out after that.
Likely, yeah.
Yeah, because that was a lot of pain. That was a lot of endorphins. A lot of anger. Cort's not a barbarian.
You blew the metaphorical load there, lad.
Yeah. So Cort might just be K the fuck out.
How about you, Ray Charles? What you got over there?
Nothing. I figure since he knows that he's only temporarily blind, and he knows it's because he looked upon what basically was the vessel of a god.
Yep.
Which, kind of convinces him if he ain't God, he awful close. But no, he's just slouched back in a corner, out of the way as much as possible. Just holding on to his scythe and, nodding his head. Because it's been a long day and long night. And he's still stiff from waking up rock hard.
Oh no.
That's definite phrasing moment. Yeah.
Yep.
That's not actually what it means, chat. Before everybody loses their mind and he leaves, he was literally stoned. His body was turned to stone. No more. Is that a problem? Thank God.
The minute he was turned from stone, they ran down to the wee apothecary, found Cort dying, managed to go ahead and fix that, and then left off to see Keevengeld. Then on the way back, ran across Nathatorin and, the embodiment of Helm in, well, Jacob has theories as to why, Charlie keeps getting, is the only one to be possessed in town. He has theories.
Not gonna lie, Sniper's starting to sound like how Charlie was on his way back to the Sleepy Time place. It's got theories.
Even Gelf.
Kicking Gelf.
Sorry, like I said, I'm not as sharp when I'm on these pills, guys.
It's okay, bud. It's okay.
But yes, he has theories as to why Charlie Miles is capable of withholding under the strain of being possessed by a god. And I also believe that's also why Sasha is not as perplexed, but more irritated.
Okay.
It's something that he might talk to Sasha about eventually. He's got, Jacob's got plans to talk to Sasha and Nathatorin.
Wild idea. You could talk to your allies about it.
They really wouldn't be capable of answering some of the questions.
No, we don't talk to each other.
No, I know.
We talk to other people and hear information from the people our allies have talked to.
Well, it's kind of personal.
Okay.
I got a really fucked up org chart. Just a lot of lines crossing everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
It's what's kind of, what kind of personal? What's fucked up about that word chart?
I mean,
Sorry, did you say word chart?
That's what you said. You have a fucked up word chart.
I said org chart.
Yeah, org. Yeah.
Is an organization.
Yeah, organization chart.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
I'm already looking for business jobs. I don't need to hear more about org charts. I'm already so tired of them.
Ulhime, you asked if there was anything that you could do to make this better. I don't know that.
Yes.
You have to be able to tell me, do you have anything that can make this better?
I was looking at the spells. I don't have anything prepared
Okay.
that would get rid of it.
You
Yeah,
know
I mean-
you can have it prepared in an hour.
No, I can prepare my spells in an hour for the day. That's it. I can't like systematically sit there continuously doing it.
Sure. But when
And
you're a
he's
lich and the day doesn't typically operate because you don't have a sleep schedule, your body is charged through divinity. You don't work by the same rules.
Oh.
It'll take you some time for preparation. You're literally recalling some of the points of origin of magic as you know it. But yeah, you can get your spells back pretty quickly. Liches don't really operate by that whole night and day thing. Or at least, in my headcanon, they don't. Something about not needing sleep and that, all that, you can kind of see where that goes. But it's up to you if you want to plan that. If not, if you guys decide not to really say much of anything, we already know that he's out. Rahk, did you have anything that you wanted to contribute to, or are you just kind of on the waiting zone as well?
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty much the blind man's keeper, so we'll figure it out, I guess.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Well, at least we know that when Thelsa returns, we'll have a way of moving Cort without disturbing him bodily too much.
Okay. All right, then let's take this time right now to hit a brief break so that you guys can get some coffee or get something to wake yourselves up. And when we come back, we will resolve the current issues. We'll talk about what's going forward and how we can make some more madness happen. So guys, we'll be back in a minute. Don't go too far. Run off to the bathroom, get yourself something to drink. We will be good. So, be back soon.